permit test questions too. This sign indicates that there are schools, kindergartens or nursery schools close by. False. The sign indicates that there is a pedestrian crossing close by. A driver must not attempt to overtake when the vehicle ahead is about to change lanes, for example, to make a right turn. True. This is obvious from the standpoint of the vehicle ahead. An automobile executing a left or right turn must not proceed in a vehicular lane where there is a pavement marking as shown in the figure. True. The marking designates that the lane is for straight-through traffic. Therefore, an automobile that will execute a left or right turn must not proceed in the lane. A vehicle may cross to the right to a minimum extent when it cannot proceed on the left side of the road due to road constructions, road damage, or other similar situations. True. This is permitted as an exception to the general rules on driving on the left side of the road. This traffic sign designates no overtaking. False. The traffic sign designates that proceeding on the right side of the road for the purpose of overtaking is prohibited. A vehicle, in principle, must not proceed on streetcar tracks. It is allowed to, however, when crossing streetcar tracks in order to make a left or right turn, or to make a U-turn. True. A vehicle may proceed on streetcar tracks during an action that cannot be completed without proceeding on the tracks. When there is a school or kindergarten bus and children are getting on and off, a vehicle must slow down to pass the bus while paying attention to children who might suddenly run onto the road. True. This is required to ensure safety for children. When proceeding behind a vehicle, a driver must maintain enough distance between vehicles so as to avoid colliding with the vehicle ahead if it stops suddenly. In that case, when the vehicles are proceeding faster, the distance must be larger. True. The distance from a vehicle ahead requires due consideration of stopping distance. A vehicle must not cross the road or make a U-turn even where there are no U-turn or no vehicle crossing signs, when it might hinder the normal progress of pedestrians or other vehicles. True. Actions that hinder safe and smooth traffic are prohibited. This traffic sign warns that the road is bumpy. True. The sign warns that the road is bumpy, so a vehicle must reduce speed. When making a left turn at an intersection, a driver must be careful because the rear wheels might hit pedestrians, specified small mopeds or cyclists due to a wheelbase differential. True. Hitting pedestrians or cyclists due to a wheelbase differential is a common accident. Drivers must ensure sufficient safety to make a left turn. A driver must be careful when proceeding on a road where there is a traffic sign as shown in the figure, because children might suddenly run onto the road. True. The sign warns that there are schools, kindergartens, or nursery schools close by. A driver must pay attention to children who might run onto the road suddenly. A police officer's hand signal as shown in the figure has the same meaning as a yellow traffic light of a traffic signal for traffic proceeding in the direction of the arrows. False. This hand signal has the same meaning as a red traffic light. When starting the vehicle, it is advisable for a driver to check the vehicle's surroundings, give a signal that you are about to move, and check the safety around the vehicle again after the signal. True. It's best to check safety thoroughly. A general moped must make a two-step right turn at a controlled intersection where there is a traffic sign as shown in the figure. True, as a sign designates a two-step right turn for general mopeds must make a right turn using this method. Drivers are required to obtain not only driving knowledge and skill, but also good morals as a member of society. True, a driver must have a personality that represents his or her suitability as a safe driver. A vehicle may proceed straddling two vehicular lanes when traffic is congested. False, proceeding straddling two lanes causes further traffic congestion. A vehicle must not proceed like this. When a vehicle is passing specified small mopeds or a cyclist, the same precautions are required as when passing a pedestrian. True, a bicycle may also move unexpectedly. The same precautions are required as when passing a pedestrian. When braking, a driver must first depress the brake pedal as strongly as possible. False, a driver must first depress the brake pedal as lightly as possible. It would be advisable for a driver not to check the safety to the rear too often, because by doing so the vehicle speed decreases and it may cause traffic congestion. False, a driver cannot drive safely without checking the safety of the rear enough. A vehicle must not use a lane where there is a pavement marking as shown in the figure, when traffic congestion might prevent the vehicle from leaving the lane immediately if a local bus approaches. True, this is obvious because a vehicle must leave the lane when a local bus approaches. Overtaking is prohibited near the top of an uphill or along a steep downward slope. True, overtaking is prohibited because it is very dangerous to do so in these locations. Yellow pavement markings indicate stronger regulations than those indicated with white pavement markings. True, yellow color designates stronger regulations and is used in order to attract drivers' attention. A vehicle is not required to stop when proceeding through a railway crossing with an alarm if the alarm is not sounding. False, a vehicle must stop and ensure safety even when an alarm is not sounding. A driver must sound the vehicle's horn where there is a traffic sign as shown in the figure, even if he or she does not observe danger. True, a driver must sound the horn to alert other traffic to its presence. Only streetcars may make a left turn at a traffic signal as shown in the figure. True, the yellow arrow signal applies only to streetcars. When a vehicle is attempting to change lanes and a vehicle is approaching from behind, that vehicle should give way to the vehicle behind and not change lanes. True, a vehicle must not change lanes and obstruct the progress of the vehicle behind. If a person applying for a license renewal is the age of 65 or over at the renewal period expiration date, that person must take a senior driver's course within 6 months of the expiration date. False, a person who is the age of 70 or over must take a senior driver's course. A vehicle must not change lanes or pass vehicles or general mopeds for the purpose of overtaking at an intersection or within 30 meters before one, excluding cases when the vehicle is proceeding on a road with right-of-way. True, a vehicle must not overtake mopeds or any other vehicle because overtaking is prohibited in these locations. The pavement marking shown in the figure designates that vehicles must not enter this area. True, The pavement marking designates a no-entry zone, so vehicles must not enter the area. It is not necessary to slow down near the top of an uphill. False. It is dangerous near the top of a hill because visibility is poor. A vehicle must slow down. When executing a right turn at an intersection except roundabout, an automobile must initially approach as close as possible to the center of the road and slow down to proceed closely inside the center point of the intersection, excluding cases when the automobile is proceeding on a one-way street. True, proceeding this way is necessary to execute a safe and smooth right turn. When overtaking, a vehicle may temporarily exceed the maximum speed limit displayed on traffic signs or designated by regulations. False. Exceeding the maximum speed limit is prohibited, even when overtaking. Vehicles other than regular passenger vehicles may proceed on a road where there is a traffic sign as shown in the figure. False. A road where this sign is displayed is closed for vehicles other than motorcycles. Leaving plenty of space while driving, such as keeping enough distance from the vehicle ahead and giving consideration to passing clearance, gives the driver extra time for reacting to an incident, and as a result, he or she may cover up his, her or others' driving mistakes. True, a driver can drive a vehicle with extra time for reacting to an incident by driving at an appropriate speed or leaving plenty of space. The hand signal shown in the figure means that the rider will make a left turn or change to the left lane. True, this is a left-hand signal for making a left turn or changing to the left lane. If the cross street is a road with right-of-way or is wider, a vehicle must stop completely and must not obstruct the progress of the crossing traffic, automobiles. False. A vehicle must slow down but does not need to stop. Automobiles and general mopeds must not exceed a speed of 30 km per hour on a road where there is a traffic sign as shown in the figure. True, both automobiles and general mopeds must not exceed the speed limit designated on the traffic sign. At an intersection where general mopeds must execute a two-step right turn, general mopeds can execute a right turn when the green arrow points to the right. False. At an intersection where general mopeds must execute a two-step right turn, general mopeds cannot execute a right turn when the green arrow points to the right. When approaching a pedestrian crossing, vehicles are not required to slow down and may continue to proceed at the same speed as before, if there are apparently no pedestrians nearby. True, it is safe if there are apparently no pedestrians nearby, so vehicles may continue to proceed without slowing down. In the situation shown in the figure, if vehicle B entered the intersection first, it may execute a right turn before vehicle A proceeds straight ahead. False. Even when entering the intersection first, vehicle B making a right turn must give way to vehicle A proceeding straight ahead. Even when there are people getting on or off a streetcar at a streetcar stop where there is no safety zone, a vehicle may slow down and continue to proceed if there is a clearance of 1.5 meters or more between the vehicle and the streetcar. False. When there is no safety zone and people are getting on or off a streetcar, a vehicle must stop behind the streetcar and wait. A vehicle that has already executed a right turn at an intersection may continue to proceed even when the signal ahead turns red. True. If a vehicle does not proceed after completing a right turn, it may hinder the traffic at the intersection. When changing to the left or right lane while proceeding in the same direction, a driver is not required to give a signal because that is not executing a left or right turn. False. A driver must give a signal in order to alert other traffic to his or her intention to change lanes. In separated lanes where there are traffic signs for traffic directions as shown in the figure, vehicles must proceed only in the directions designated by the signs. True. These are lane direction designation signs. Vehicles must proceed in the directions designated by these signs. A person who obtains only a regular driver's license may not ride a large-size motorcycle or a regular motorcycle. True. People that hold such a license may not ride a large-size motorcycle or a regular motorcycle. If a driver obeys the traffic regulations, he or she might not cause a traffic accident, even if he or she does not consider other situations. False. A driver may cause an accident unless he or she consider other situations and has a give and take spirit. A driver must choose an appropriate vehicle speed according to the traffic or road conditions, climate or visibility, even when proceeding at a speed within the designated speed limit. True. It is safest to reduce speed when the traffic or road conditions are bad. Seat belts can help a driver be in a suitable driving posture and lessen the driver's fatigue during driving. True. Wearing a seat belt is effective, as driving in a suitable posture lessens a driver's fatigue. When proceeding through a railway crossing, even if one train has just passed by in one direction, there may be another train approaching from the opposite direction immediately afterward. Therefore, drivers must be sure to check the safety of the opposite direction. True. Checking the safety of the opposite direction is definitely required at a multi-track railway crossing. Questions may include the following pitfalls. Please be careful of these pitfalls. Must not proceed on the right side. Must proceed on the right side. Misreading the sentence may lead to an incorrect answer. Read the question thoroughly and carefully. May cross the center line into the right side of the road, if XXX is 6 meters wide. False. May cross the center line into the right side of the road if XXX is less than 6 meters wide. True. Those who have a regular driver's license may drive a passenger vehicle with a seating capacity of 11 passengers or less. False. Those who have a regular driver's license may drive a passenger vehicle with a seating capacity of less than 11 passengers. True. A regular motorcycle with an engine displacement of 125 cc may proceed on an expressway. False. A regular motorcycle with an engine displacement over 125 cc may proceed on an expressway. True. Numerical values are often expressed with XXX or more, y or less, over, or less than. Watch for whether the indicated number is included or outside the range. A driver must give a signal for changing lanes about 30 meters before starting the action. False. A driver must give a signal for changing lanes about 3 seconds before starting the action. True. A position to stop is 3 meters before a police officer. False. A position to stop is 1 meter before a police officer. True. Parking is prohibited within 5 meters of a fire alarm. False. Parking is prohibited within 1 meter of a fire alarm. True. Remember designated numerical value in order to answer correctly. Cargo height of a large-sized truck must be up to 3.8 meters from the cargo bed. False. Cargo height of a large-sized truck must be up to 3.8 meters from the ground. True. Overtaking vehicles is prohibited at within 30 meters before and 30 meters after a railway crossing. False. Overtaking vehicles is prohibited at a railway crossing and within 30 meters before one. True. Don't be too absorbed in the numerical value. Read the sentence thoroughly and carefully. Must slow down on a steep upward slope. False. Overtaking is prohibited on a steep upward slope. False. Must not park or stop on a steep upward slope. True. Questions regarding a steep upward slope may be pitfalls. Be very careful. There may be other pitfalls. Work hard and fully understand the textbook so that you don't make mistakes because of pitfalls. Put your thinking cap on when answering questions. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. See you in the next video.